was pretty enthusiastic about my idea of featuring Old Dirty Bastard from the Wu-Tang Clan. That was the real genius of love. Child, that ODB. Ooh. Baby, he like it raw.
Hello, black hole. See this brother win, man. Hey, look, what is it, win, baby? What is it, win, baby? What is it, win, baby?
If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Today's looky would be our Miss Chi Chi shades. Now, we don't have them in stock right now, but they are on the way and they will be here shortly. So if you would like to pre-order some, go on over there and check them out. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about Mariah Carey's The Meaning of Mariah. The then head of Epic Records turned to me and asked, so what do you think of this guy, Puffy? What do you think is going on with him? Do you like his music? Oh, Lord. Before I even read forward, we know there's going to be drama. He directed the question to me because I was the youngest person at the table. I also loved and understood hip-hop, and I was the only artist there. Besides, I'd recently worked with Puff as a producer. The table got quiet as I leaned in and gave my honest assessment that Puffy and Bad Boy were definitely where modern music was headed. Not too long before, at our kitchen table, Tommy had shared his own opinion with me and my nephew Sean that Puffy will be shining my shoes in 2 years. I was stunned. Wait, what did he say? It was one of the very few times I stood up to Tommy, telling him that what he had said was blatantly racist. Well, wow. I mean, ain't he in a black vagina? I was pissed. Sean had never seen me talk back to him. He was shocked that I showed my anger and became genuinely concerted for my safety. So many people were then. But that night at the restaurant, what could have been a robust discussion between industry leader and artist about global culture and the future of American pop music became an epic Tommy tantrum instead. As I was finishing my answer, I saw his eyes flash with familiar rage. He jumped up from the table and began pacing, huffing and puffing around the restaurant. What? Hold on, we got to see what this ninja is. July 14, Cancer. Sensitivity, a man like me. Ooh, one time, y'all, I was dating a Cancer, right? And I used to piss him off all the time because, I mean, I'm not in a relationship. What the hell? Okay? I don't have to do what you tell me to do. We don't go together. I could date who the fuck I want to date. Child, that Negro threatened me and said, I ought to break into your apartment and cut all the handles off your pocketbooks and break the heels off your shoes. I was like, what? Why would you do that? That's not nice. That's not nice. But I know how to antagonize people real good. He was so livid, he couldn't contain himself. The entire table sat in silence. We looked at one another, not knowing what the actual fuck was wrong with him this time or what we should do. The whole restaurant witnessed Tommy trying to walk himself back down off of a ledge only he could see. Finally, he stormed back, Still vibrating with rage, he slammed his fist on the table and announced, "I just want everybody to know that Thanksgiving is canceled." Okay. We were planning to have a festive Thanksgiving dinner party at Sing Sing. That's what she named the house that they bought together, because all she did within that house was sing, sing, sing. Are you worried about singing, Tommy? Mozzarella? Don't you want to hunch? Hunch, hunch, hunch. You got this young, beautiful, biracial wife, and you don't want to hunch, hunch, hunch? You want her to sing, sing, sing? We were planning to have a festive Thanksgiving dinner party at Sing Sing, but because I had dared to give my honest, autonomous opinion in public to someone he admired who had asked me what I thought, he was going to shut down the fun. Because that's what them haters do. He sat at the table, stewing and staring at me. I perched nervously in my chair, my leg literally quivering under the white linen tablecloth, but still full of conviction. Somehow I stared back. Not this night. There was no fucking way I was taking that car ride with him in that state. I know that's right. What she explained was that everybody knew that that girl was in danger. Mariah, girl, you was in danger, girl. So they made accommodations for her. That night, she left out the kitchen, or through the kitchen entrance or exit, right? Child, and her girlfriend went out and had cocktails. She said it was a revolution. Out of respect for our privacy, the chef and proprietor agreed to let me discreetly exit through the kitchen. Josephine and I went out to a little club, child. It was my first sip of freedom, and how thirsty I was for more. Ooh, you in danger, girl. The night Tommy canceled Thanksgiving was the first time I stood up for myself and resisted his orders. He never allowed me to have a voice of my own. The night Tommy canceled Thanksgiving was the first time I stood up for myself and resisted his orders. I had no control over his control. I was the voice of the label, making all kinds of profits and shares for him, and yet I couldn't have a voice at the dinner table. But I wouldn't allow myself to be canceled. While Tommy would never relinquish control over my life, at a certain point he did begin to make concessions when it came to the production of the music. He always respected me as a songwriter. He was a music man and knew good lyrics and melody structure. However, not only was I outgrowing some of the producers he had attached to me, so was the music industry. My instincts were making hits, so he stopped fighting me so much on the samples, artists, and producers I wanted to work with. I knew hip-hop added exciting young energy to almost any other sound if done correctly. I knew Puff would be the perfect producing partner for the fantasy remix I was dreaming about. I was so happy with what producer Dave Jam Hall and I had done with the single. For the sample, I chose Genius of Love by the Tom Tom Club. It was a perfect, fun, swinging party song, but I knew it could go to even more interesting places. We kept the Tom Tom Club sample for the remix, even emphasizing and bringing it out further. Puff was pretty enthusiastic about my idea of featuring Old Dirty Bastard from the Wu-Tang Clan. That was the real Genius of Love. Child, that ODB, ooh, baby, he like it raw. He died of a cocaine overdose. But listen, guys, I think like booger sugar is like synonymous with the business, bruh. You know, I don't know. Like, I think you have to, like how I gotta have sometimes that caffeine in me to, get that hype together so I can get in front of the camera and think quickly and be able to, be funny. I think that they are that way when it comes down to booger sugar. Bruh, I don't want it. First of all, that shit too expensive. I don't know. I ain't never bought that shit before, okay? But, I like pocketbooks. I don't want to spend my money on a booger sugar. I don't want to do that. That's not my life. Old dirty bastard spit crazy brilliance and scorched our pristine white bedroom with the grime and righteous fun I'd been craving. Pristine white bedroom. Girl, it kept going, and all his crazy ad-libs sent me into euphoric giggles. I reveled in it. I was just screaming and laughing and whooping. But then I looked over at Tommy. Oh, Lord. You having fun without the ninja? Girl, you having all that fun without Tommy? Girl, and you giggling in front of... Oh, girl. He gonna make you suffer when you get home, girl. There will be a price to pay. I don't know what it's going to be. I was just screaming and laughing and whooping. But then I looked over at Tommy. His head was cocked to the side with a look of confusion he couldn't contain. "The fuck is that?" he blurted. "I can do that. Get the fuck out of here with that." There it was. That's the jealousy and the rage within him, child. Let me tell you something. I had somebody in my life, y'all, that I loved with my whole heart. You hear me? But I realized that... I'm going to the left. Give me a second. I realized that I loved them more than I was loving myself. Just one day, from reading this book, okay, I got the gumption to know that, wait a minute, choose me. I love that person with all my heart, but goddamn it, I need to love me more. They had gotten so accustomed to treating me poorly that they felt they were entitled to treat me poorly. You hear me? And then I chose me. And I didn't have nothing to do with their rage and anger and jealousy. I ain't had nothing to do with that. That was their issue, not mine. I am who I am because I made me who I am. And it's not my fault that you're not me. Now I'm victimizing myself by allowing them to victimize me. Making the fantasy video was really important to me. I wanted it to feel fun and carefree. In my opinion, which was so rarely considered, almost all of my videos weren't right. Tommy Mottola never allowed me to work with the directors I wanted. The hot ones at the time, like Herb Ritz or the cool, fashionable stylists who would bring an edge to my look. Necessity is the mother of invention, right? So since I couldn't have a director I wanted to work with, I decided to direct the video myself. Damn, I didn't know that. I really didn't know that she had so much talent in her. I was set to perform fantasy and do some other bits at the 23rd Annual American Music Awards, where I was nominated in several categories. It was a big night for me. But winning the Best Female Pop Artist and Best Female R&B Artist awards was not the most memorable moment for me. When I wasn't on stage or waiting in the wings, I sat in the front row next to Tommy Mottola. Ironically, my outfit for this performance was giving you pseudo-militant Mariah vibes, with black leather pants and black leather trench coat and a black turtleneck. I'm sure Tommy liked it because the only skin exposed was my face. Maybe it was a premonition of what was ahead. Because I had more than just the fantasy performance to do that night, I had a trailer behind the Shrine Auditorium for wardrobe changes and such. I was returning to the trailer to get into another ensemble. Security was everywhere, so I didn't need to be followed for the short walk to where all the artists' trailers were parked behind the theater. As I stepped out in complete rush to get back to the stage, I noticed a white Rolls Royce quietly, slowly approaching. Just as my toes touched the asphalt, the gleaming, elegant vehicle came to a gentle stop right in front of my door. It was as if time itself had slowed to a stop. He was alone, leaning back in the driver's seat so that the arm that gripped the leather steering wheel was nearly straight. He popped his head back just enough that his luxurious eyelashes didn't cast a shadow and obscure his alert and amazing dark eyes that looked into mine. Girl, we already know who this is, child. Because you know if that ninja ain't got nothing else pretty on him. I mean, the whole thing is beautiful, right? I mean, he was just way too short, right? But girl, oh my gosh, you know who it is. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Now remember this, the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves you babies. Please be safe. Continue to wear your mask and have a good one.